Well,
now,
we're gonna do body count.
Didn't I guess like 1,050 last time, and now it's like probably 1,100.
Hey, please respect a woman over here.
Yeah, I love that.
Please, I saw what you did. That was really disrespectful to Lauren.
Wasn't.
She said, hold on.
Are you?
Now you guys think you're all bitches, but can we just
I wasn't ready for
respect
that. I wasn't ready.
I've been doing this for 10 years, so
doesn't
over
mean I'm
10
a
years.
hater. I'm not no hater.
Please show respect to her and her
She has
1,000
all
body
my
count,
utmost
okay?
respect. You know why? Because at least she's not sitting here at the table being freaking hypocritical like you men are. So. Yo.
Oh,
I like the girl when she goes every diamond on
wait,
my
how
kid.
are we being how are we being hypocritical?
I mean, it's just double standards.
What's the double standard?
I'm not even.
Come on, yeah.
Hypothetical is hypocritical.
What?
Like Wes Watson over here.
Hypothetical.
I mean, it's not just you two. It's like definitely some of
Shave
his
your arms,
comments and
Andrew.
stuff. But yeah.
I knew his ex,
Wes
Valerie.
Watson?
Yeah.
The blasted tat.
Yeah,
tat
she lives
girl?
in San Diego. Yeah.
They're not dating anymore?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I don't know the details.
She was cool though. She's cool.
Okay. Wait, so how are we hypocritical?
God.
Come on. Double standards. Tell us, what's the double standards?
I mean, I have to really elaborate now. I gotta think.
Come on. You've spoken barely anything tonight. I'm giving you the floor.
Barely anything. It's spoken too much. I'm over talking
You got
at this
this.
point.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like you guys are a little misogynistic. That's all.
Okay, hold on. Okay. We gotta do split here. We gotta do the split. I'll wait for Nick to get this. Oh, damn. Okay.
Skylar Wraithy first donated $69. Question for the 304s: do you think a sex work keeps pedos and arpists off the streets? Also, lady in the back, I would bet $1 million that your BD is black.
He's not.
Okay. White guy?
He's Native American, actually.
Oh, okay. All right.
Like real life Native from a reservation.
Like
and all that.
Cherokee or?
No, he's
Is he
Ojibwe.
Pima?
He's Ojibwe from
sweet.
the Lakota tribe.
Nice.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you hold on. Going back to this though, you said that we're kind of misogynist. First, just so I make sure we're talking about the same thing, can I have you define misogyny?
I need to Google.
Well, hold on. The words
You guys
came
got-
out
I'm-
of your mouth.
I mean, I don't
You used the word.
I mean, it's like you know what it means, but like you don't know how to explain it. It's one of those things. But it's like the
I'm not.
I don't want to say
at-
suppression, but like I want to like.
Do you want to take a crack at
Go
it?
ahead, yeah.
You want me to
wanna tell
crack
us,
at
wanna
it? That
educate
was like
us?
Take a crack
Because
at
then I'll
def-
elaborate why I feel like you're being
defining
like that.
to define it. Well,
Yeah.
I think it's what's the right word? It's not like I don't want to say put down or like oppress. I guess yeah. I mean, I guess the oppression of women. Technically, I don't want to say oppress. You know the word I'm trying to say. There's like a word, but like I can't think of it.
Well, so the question again is, how do you define misogyny?
Wait, hold on.
You,
I'm
not
tired.
your
I
friend.
zoned this out.
No, I know.
What
I'm
did
like
you
not
say?
okay.
What did you just say?
I said technically I don't know what the actual definition is, but I think it's something around I don't want to say oppression of women, but like it's like putting women down because they're women.
Yeah.
Yeah, here, how's this for definition? I'll just give you a kind of a Google one here. Hatred or contempt for or prejudice against women.
Prejudice. That's the word I was like.
So, can you give me like what is the definition for the word prejudice? Because I just want to make sure when I say this, it's right.
Hunter Puppet donated $69.
Hunter Puppet.
Thank you.
Brian, did you know a wise person once said
Yeah.
Having a preconceived opinion or feeling, especially an unreasonable or unfavorable one towards a group
Okay.
or a person.
I mean, I feel like I guess you guys are a little prejudiced towards like what's the word? I guess
Women.
women. Yeah. No, but
How?
towards plastic
Females.
surgery, towards a woman wanting a provider.
I don't think you
those type
can
of
be
things.
prejudiced towards plastic surgery. That would
How-
just be preference, right? Not really
How would it be?
prejudice.
How would it
Well,
be
because you guys are-
misogynistic to be against plastic surgery? Isn't that more pro women?
I don't know. Are you
anti
against?
women?
Are you against men getting plastic surgery?
Yes.
He said
Okay,
that,
then
Yeah.
then yeah. I don't know.
But from a dating perspective, I don't.
tired.
I'm interested in women, and so I can speak to my romantic and sexual interest in women, and what I find personally
Like for
aesthetically
instance,
pleasing.
here's a good example. You wouldn't say that if a person said, "I'm not attracted towards
Austrian's trumpet slayer
Sorry,
donated
Andrew.
$69.
Hold the thought for a sec here.
I am the misogyny, fuck sex work, fuck women and fuck
Exactly,
plastic
that's how you are
titties.
coming.
You're welcome, Brian. No Vienna is shy toll. I'm from Upper Austria also, you got a dumpy.
Why does everybody keep saying I got a dumpy?
that
I don't
mean?
know.
What's
Yo,
the
Austrian
BBL?
Dankeschön.
BBL jersey over here.
Dankeschön. Is that how you say
Brian?
thank you? I
Brian.
think so.
Hashtag-
Brian,
anyways,
did you get a BBL?
Hashtag BBL,
Are
Brian.
you lying?
No, I'm just
Are you
fat.
lying, Brian?
Whoa.
I gotta lose
Your
some
name,
weight.
your name
I'm
rhyme
just
with
chubby
lying.
right now. I gotta
so
lose
you're
a little
probably
weight.
lying.
Okay.
Okay.
Andrew, I'm going to pause the TTS just briefly here to allow you to have this.
Yeah,
back
so
and
you
forth.
would, I mean, if somebody said that they didn't want to, I don't know, date a certain race because they weren't attracted to it, you wouldn't say that that was being prejudiced, right? You would just say that that's a preference?
I mean, that is kind of being prejudiced, isn't it?
No.
Really? So you think that
Little
you
bit.
should date people
Why
you're not
wouldn't you?
attracted to?
So you won't date somebody because of a certain race. So you're
If
not attracted to how they.
Yeah, if you're...
I don't.
Yeah, if you're
Sounds
not
a little-
attracted
sounds a
to
little
the people of
racist.
that
I don't
race,
know,
why would that be
like, that's
prejudice?
Sounds a little something.
Yeah, because like I don't know. That's like
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. So you have to understand, if you're talking while I can't actually hear what you're saying. It's just because the way the communication works, because I'm mobile. I'm not in the room with you, so.
Yeah.
But my question is, why would it be prejudice to, let's say you weren't attracted to Asian men, you just weren't for whatever reason, they just didn't do it for you. Is that prejudice?
I think so. I don't know. I
I would,
mean,
Okay,
I would
but-
think that's a generalization because like maybe there's one like that, you're like, whoa, you
Well, let's
changed my
just-
mind.
There's not
Like,
one on planet Earth who does it for you that you've ever seen. So when somebody says, hey, do you date Asians? And you say, no, because I'm not attracted to them, because you've never seen one ever that you're attracted to. Is that prejudice?
I would just think it was a generalization. I would think it's because they really haven't seen all of them, so it's a generalization. But I think that you know I would say it's a generalization. I wouldn't say it's prejudice.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's prejudice. Do you think, you think that that's prejudicial? That you're being prejudiced towards a group because you won't date them?
well,
I
like,
don't know. I don't know about that. Race. I don't know. I mean,
Well, hold on.
Like,
We've-
like if Brian says he's not ever going to date a trans woman, is he being prejudiced?
well, no. That's I mean, if he dates women, so no. I mean, like, biologically.
I feel like on a racial standpoint, it
I
kind
think
of
it's-
is, but I don't know.
I think that.
Why?
Not
Why
like
would
this
it be
politically correct, so-
If you're not attracted to, X race, why would that? I don't understand how that would be prejudice. That would just be your preference. That
It
you're
could
not
be a
saying that there's anything wrong with them. You're just saying that for you, they don't do it for you, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
Why do you feel like
okay,
that?
hold
I don't
on,
know about
hold on. Let's not allow ourselves to get off track here. You said that I was prejudiced towards plastic surgery, and that is evidence of my misogyny.
You guys are definitely misogynist. A little
Okay,
bit.
so once again,
But
define misogyny.
I mean, it's just like what that guy said.
hold on,
like,
hold on. Define misogyny.
I told you I can't. Like, I mean,
You're
that's
using,
what you
but okay,
want.
you're making an accusation. You can't even define the word that you're using.
Yeah.
You feel we're
You guys
misogynist.
are.
Why
I mean,
don't-
you are. I just can't tell you the
You're stating
definition
that
because
pretty emphatically. Why don't
I'm
you
the type of
define the
person
word?
that I like to, if I'm going to speak on stuff, I like to at least know what I'm kind of like, whatever. I do feel like you
You
guys are
can't
being.
even define the
So
word.
I wanted to
Yeah,
finish
like,
this real
I know
quick.
what, like, feminism
just on
is
the
and
term
miso-
prejudice. I'm almost done. I just wanted to ask you, is it okay, or do you think it's being prejudiced if a black woman says she only dates black men? Is she being prejudiced towards white men?
I don't know.
You don't
Not
know?
really politically. I don't know. Like,
Good.
I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to.
Nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong.
I wish
with
there
it.
was just.
I mean, there's nothing like wrong with. I don't know if
not every
prejudice
yes and no,
would
but if you have a yes
be
and no
the
answer,
word.
you
I
can
think I
speak
would say just generalization and then. Yeah, that's interesting.
But see, I feel like that's where the confusion.
I wouldn't know how to
is.
coin that actually. Yeah.
Do you want to answer the question?
yeah, it's just I don't really know. I don't know how to answer. that
Okay,
question.
she doesn't know. All right. So going back to this, So you used the fact that I'm against plastic surgery as evidence of my misogyny.
I feel like I'm on trial right now. Is he a misogynist? Yes or no, guys? Y'all,
Okay,
I always thought
y'all
the
let me
misogynists
know.
like want to have
Okay.
sex with like.
How about you just answer the question?
I don't know.
How is
Are you misogynist? I don't know.
that's I've asked you a different
I definitely
question.
feel like
I've asked you a different question. The question is, how is
I feel like if a
being
woman
prejudiced
doesn't have the
against
same
plastic
opinion
surgery-
as you and whatnot, I feel like you have a problem with that. So I don't know what you want to define that as, but
I
that's
have
what
a
I feel
problem
like.
with everybody who has a different opinion than me.
Exactly, that's cool. And you have an opinion, I have mine. You know, just like
Yeah, no,
everybody
but
has
is
a
that
butthole, right?
misogynistic if I have a problem with everybody who has a different opinion than me?
I mean, when it comes down to women and how women feel about other women, and you have an issue on it, I mean, sure, you can speak your opinion. This is America.
No, but if I have a problem with everybody's opinion, which is different than my own opinion, then that wouldn't be misogynistic
like you just
because
like
I'm
to
not
fight.
singling women out. I'm saying everybody who disagrees with me is wrong, right?
He does.
I mean, wrong by what in your head,
by my
maybe, but
standard,
maybe
yeah,
not in
okay.
theirs. Yeah. So I mean, who
But
cares?
it's not a
I don't.
preconceived notion that you're wrong because you have breasts. It's a preconceived notion that you're wrong because I don't fucking agree with what you say, right? That would be the preconceived notion.
I mean, I'm confused.
I think to me, like a misogynist is somebody that like kind of just like stomps on like people's rights, like doesn't like it's one thing to desire a woman and feminine women or femininity to stay feminine in a sense where, you know, keeping them, how do I say?
So you were making, or you made the statement that we're misogynistic. I asked you to define misogyny. I'd still like to give you an opportunity to define it just to make sure we are talking about the same thing. Or did the definition that Andrew, is that sufficient?
Yeah, I think what
Into the
Andrew
mic.
gave- sorry. Yeah, I think what Andrew gave was sufficient. I don't really.
Yeah,
wanna
that's
speak on it. I
hatred
don't really wanna
or
speak on it
contempt for or
anymore.
prejudice against women.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just think you guys, like I said earlier, it's this my same. Maybe you're not misogynistic. I don't know,
But what?
but you know, you guys have your opinions, and I have my own. too.
Well, okay, don't weasel out of a statement that you made.
I don't want. I'm not weaseling out of it. I'm.
You just said
correcting
you don't want to
myself.
talk about
Thank
it.
you. I don't want to anymore. I'm good.
Well, okay, so I feel like it's
I'm getting tired.
It's only fair.
I've been
since
debating with
you've
you guys for 6 hours.
It's only fair since you've thrown out an accusation. Accusations of misogyny are very,
Oh my
very
God, who are you?
serious. So you ought to at least defend it instead of just.
Bucky Larson donated $72. Question for everyone including Brian and Andrew. If a woman takes longer than 30 minutes to put makeup on her face with no distractions, does she have a cake face?
I don't know. I'm not.
What's a cake face?
Like just caked on way too much makeup. Probably, but I mean, I suppose she could
Eyebrows take
take
a long
that time and
sometimes.
not. I don't know.
Eyebrows.
Probably,
No, it
but
depends
not
on how
necessarily.
artsy she is with it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not going to let you weasel out of this just as easily as you just threw out this accusation. So why don't we actually have a conversation about it instead of kind of trying to weasel out? Why don't you just make your case, make your argument?
I don't have a case to make. This is
Well,
not
okay.
court.
Here's the
maybe
words that
it's
came out.
the-
Here's the words that came out of your mouth. You guys are misogynist. Okay. And I asked, define misogyny. You kind of didn't really do that. So fine, we've defined misogyny.
And then I just said you guys are not.
How are me and Andrew misogynist then?
Maybe it's because, like, I don't know, every conversation that we've kind of had tonight, which isn't necessarily misogyny, has been kind of catered toward men. So you're like, you women this, you women that.
Exactly.
Or
Give me an example.
she got, oh, you women get dick down or whatever. Like, that was with
When did I
dick.
s-
What?
You just said
He
that.
literally
You
said
just
that,
said
like, 5 minutes
that.
ago.
You just said
You
that.
said, like-
What was the give me the context?
You
What were
said
you
women,
saying? They
some
just be like,
about
get dick
they'll make
down.
this guy wait while they're getting dick down
How
by
is-
this guy.
Okay.
It's just
so
like-
But all your
articulate-
conversations,
wait,
hold on,
this-
hold
all
on.
your
One-
conversations
one
are
point
about
at a time.
women and what women are doing wrong, and nothing about men and what
And it's
y'all
like,
are doing
oh,
wrong.
like women
But
are
that's
being
okay.
that.
No, hang on.
You've been
He was
hearing that.
responding to a question. So she asked a question. She said, wait, they do that? In this particular case, the context was about women who have had many sex partners previously and then suddenly become chaste with a man who they're interested in. And a woman asked Brian, they do that? And Brian, who has a lot of experience talking to these women, said, oh, yeah, they do it all the time.
And she's on the
A,
list,
B,
you should
C, and D, and here's the example of that. So he's still giving only the specific criteria to those kinds of women. That's not a broad generalization for all women. It's only the women specifically who are engaged in that activity.
Well, Andrew, I don't even think it's that. She actually takes objection to the specific phrase of getting dicked down.
Well, it's just like, I mean, like, would you
You've
go?
never said that before?
Not if I was like, you were like dead ass.
What?
You were.
You
like,
just called,
dead
well,
ass.
you just said, why are
Getting
you over here
dicked down.
talking shit to bitches? That's what you said
No,
to
that's
a
what I'm.
super
No, that's what I'm
chatter.
saying. Like, you guys are like
that-
nagging on me for saying that, but then you're like, oh, like she got dicked down. Like, would you say that to your mom? Why?
Nobody said anything
Yeah, I feel like a lot
about
of this
it.
conversation is very
You're
much
going in
tearing
circles.
down,
I
like,
asked a
women
question,
and why
like,
women in
answer
today's
it.
society and like our thoughts
Answer it.
and stuff like that, why it's wrong, but it's
Bro,
like no conversation.
here's the
based on
further
anything else.
context for the conversation. She wanted to talk about waiting
I
until
wasn't even
marriage.
speaking on
It was
that, but-
perfectly contextual.
I feel like there's just like other ways to say it because I said bitches and then y'all were like, oh, that's like or not
Is any
misogyny.
girl offended?
Well,
Hold on.
well, to be honest, like we didn't actually care that you said that. We were just
No, I know, that's what I'm
basically
saying.
pointing.
Yeah.
We were just basically pointing out
what
like,
they do
if
this
you're
whole
going to
time.
tone police, we'll tone police back, right? Like I didn't actually give a shit that you said bitches. I thought it was funny. I was just
I'm
pointing
just
out.
using that as an. I'm not tripping about
the
like no one's
tone
offended.
police,
I'm
the
just
tone
using it as
police
an
both
example.
ways is
Okay.
cringe, right?
So, is any girl here actually offended? Was offended when I used the term getting dicked down?
Not really, but that's
Is
not
any
my
girl
point.
here offended? Were you offended?
That's
It
not
did
my
have
Were you
a
point.
shot.
offended?
Honestly,
Were you offended? Huh?
No, I wasn't offended, but even if
I
any
was
of us
offended,
were,
Brian. You offended
even
me.
if any of us were offended, the definition of misogyny isn't offending a lot of women. The definition of misogyny is having a prejudice against women.
Yeah.
He doesn't like plastic surgery. He doesn't like
That's
these
fine.
specific things, but he doesn't have a prejudice against
Well, that's why I'm
all
just saying
women.
that all of the
Yeah,
conversations.
so maybe
it's
you're
a
not
false
misogynistic,
accusation.
but it's definitely something going on with
What's
like
going on?
You're like dancing around like the line.
no,
of, like,
I think
What
that
am I dancing around?
I think
What is
that
going on?
That's what she's trying to
I
explain.
think, no,
Okay, go
I
ahead,
think,
explain.
I think that maybe you got a problem with which is okay. I mean, I got a problem with it too, and that's why I act
Problem
the way.
with what?
Can I even speak?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Why are you guys like
So,
mad?
like I can't even talk. You would just interrupt me. Anyway, get me off my train of thought. Yes, you don't. I can't even speak.
Well, I'm
See,
not.
you can't actually.
No, because
you
what I
can't
want to
actually
say, what I
make the
want to say
argument.
is, yeah,
You just
exactly.
want to accuse
No,
me of
no, I do,
interrupting
I
you.
do. I feel like I don't want to accuse you of interrupting me. I just feel like you're being rude.
Just answer the question.
No, I can take my time to answer this question if I feel like it. Thank you. Anyway, I think that you just have a problem with maybe women's in today's society or like social media or just all that type of stuff.
Okay.
I think you have a problem with that, and I feel like women, especially women who are in my lane of a type of thought pattern, I feel like are more like this because we gave a lot to men and didn't receive the best experience. Now that doesn't mean every man is like that. I'm not categorizing all men. I'm not saying all men need to pay your rent or something like that. But what I am saying is I don't feel like there's anything wrong with my with how I want to go about it.
Okay.
But I feel like you have an issue with it. So
Sure.
it's just opinion.
I
That's
guess
and that's all I
so,
was saying
by that
earlier was
logic.
it's
Me and
y'all
Brian are
opinions.
just the way that we
It's
are
y'all
based on the
opinions and my
experience we have
opinion.
with women.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
that's
again,
and that's what I said.
So you said that my views on social media, again, you
Like
called us
women in social
misogynists.
media.
You called us
I
misogynists.
just took it back. If you didn't hear me, I took it back 3 fucking times.
Okay.
I
no
said maybe
problem.
you're not misogynist, but you have an opinion, and that's the only thing I'm like
Okay,
really
so I have a
debating
negative
with you is
opinion
that.
towards
So
social
I'm
media?
agreeing with you to disagree with you.
That doesn't even make sense.
Not social media. I think she's just talking about women.
Nothing
It's
makes
just
sense
like
to you
it's
if
not
it doesn't
like
make sense to you.
it's
I
not
think-
like we were offended. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I think, yeah, like I think misogyny is more like stopping someone's or not wanting someone to be able to sustain themselves and then be a woman and then want to have sex with them anyways. That's what I think misogyny is. But I don't
Okay.
think, Yeah, I don't.
So I'm just a little confused.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, like
I just
you
told
you have what are the things I've said that you have an issue with?
I mean, I don't care.
If it's not misogyny.
I don't care.
I don't know. I
So-
just feel like it's been kind of like, I don't want to say catered toward men, but you're like, oh, in this
Exactly.
situation, like
Thank
what
you.
percent of men, blah, blah, blah. Like in this situation, men, okay, so you women would rather be in the forest
Yeah.
with a bear. Like you guys are so wrong for that because like, but like, I don't know. It's just like people have different opinions and
Yeah,
like,
it's very
the way
much
like how I
catered
said like
towards
bitches, like that was
why
like,
men are right and women are wrong. That's what I feel like. I feel like you're very against women being like, let me get my body done. Let me be this type of person.
So I'll engage you.
So-
Hold on, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Okay.
I
So
know
you
you just
said
interrupted me,
I'm
but
against.
okay.
Well, I have to interrupt you because
You
you list
don't.
out 30 different criticisms, and it just. I don't know, Andrew, if you call that gish galloping or whatever. I can only address one point at a time. So why don't we address this whole me being against plastic surgery? How is that
I
misogynistic?
didn't say it was. I just
When I asked you earlier.
okay. I'm not going to keep repeating myself. Thank you.
Okay, so you object to me, then you just blanketly, in a general sense, just object to me being against plastic surgery, which is fine because you're a
Yeah.
proponent of plastic surgery. I'm against plastic surgery.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just plastic surgery, but
it's whatever I
mean,
said is like,
it's
I mean,
really
plastic
just
surgery is not
anything
that.
like in a feminist type of viewpoint you don't agree with. That's what I feel like.
How is it feminism though?
What?
Like the whole body empowerment, or my body, my choice.
I mean,
but
he
it's
even said
actually
it earlier.
like
It's two
taking away
different
women's.
types of feminism. Sure, like that. It's from makeup, and he has a good point with that. I agree with it. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like we have the choice to do what we want. We live in a free country, so I don't think you should be able to, just like. Somebody, I don't know the word. I'm trying to think of the word, but it's
Well,
just
like
like
there's always
that
something
chick,
to say.
the gal with the red hair who's sitting, one gal over. Yeah. She's actually probably far more misogynistic than Brian is.
Wait, what?
You think I'm
Well, see-
misogynistic?
Well,
Her?
no, I think you would be considered more misogynistic than Brian. So, I mean, you
I
believe
agree.
in
I think
original.
the
you
two
believe
women
in
sitting to
original
the right of
sin,
me
right?
are definitely a little bit more misogynistic than you guys are. I would agree with that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not
More
really.
misogynistic.
I think so.
I think feminism is a lie to trick women into hating
Yeah, I want
themselves.
So
I
then what
think
is
it's just like,
misogyny? So then what is misogyny? Let's talk about men. Let's stop talking about women. How about we talk about men for once?
Let's talk
Because that's
about
what we
men.
don't do. We don't talk about men. We've just been
That's
talking
not
about
Let's
women.
talk about men.
Okay, so
Even
then
men dying in war.
then what?
I just realized like earlier, it's like with the
Kidding,
men
that's
dying
my
in war,
favorite topic. Let's
men
talk
can never
about
be
it.
a
Let's talk
victim.
about men.
Go ahead.
The
Say your
thing that
point.
you just got done saying that you didn't want to talk about at all because all the show has been talking
care.
about men. Now you're like, why don't we talk about the men? Okay, let's do that then.
Okay, start it off. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, but it's absurd to me that you're like, in the one side of your mouth you go, I can't believe that all these women's issues you keep on making it into talking about men. And then when we get down to an issue you want to talk about, you say, I want to talk about men.
So what she was saying how, like, something about feminism, and so I said talk about misogyny. Like, if feminism would you say it was a trick?
Yeah, I do think that women are deceived with this whole feminine movement. Or
So
feminism.
then how do you feel about misogyny then?
How do I feel about
Yeah, how
it?
do you feel about it?
Obviously-
You don't have an opinion?
No, of course I have an opinion. Misogyny is bad. It's a prejudice against women. That's
Right.
I
for
hate
no
both.
other reason than just them being women. Of course that's bad.
Wait,
You
okay, then
just
what's wrong with feminism?
You realize
It's just a lie. It just takes you
one
out of
quick
your-
thing. You do realize that you can be anti-feminist and not be a misogynist.
Sure.
Being anti-feminist is
Like,
not
I'm not
being
political.
anti-women. Go ahead with your point.
Thank
All
you.
this political stuff.
I forgot where I was at. I just get.
Well, I think
Cut off.
I think feminism is a trap. And no, I'm not misogynistic. I absolutely want the best for women. I have my opinions on what is best for women, and feminism completely goes against that. obviously I believe in the Bible and I believe in those gender roles, and I believe that women are nurturers and would be better off, submitting to their husband.
So then
and
is it
having
wrong
children.
for me to not want to submit to a man
Yes.
unless he's providing for me? And especially
no, the
let's
providing
go
That's
into
what
like
they
a
call that prostitution.
I do, let me get this straight. I do think men should provide for women and women should submit to their husbands and nurture the children. That's
and I
what I
agree,
believe in.
and that's how I feel as well. I feel like you want me to raise your family, you want me to have your kids, you want me to
Okay,
do all
I do
this,
have a question
be
for you.
intimate with you, then I want you to provide for me. And I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that. And I feel like it's wrong to sit here and call me a prostitute for that.
I have a question for you. You called us.
When taking care of me, I have bills. So yeah, and there's a lot more. There's an emotional level of taking care of me. There's a physical level of taking care of me, and there's a financial and spiritual level. So
Yeah,
it's
look,
all of that.
I'm gonna untie a couple of concepts for you. So
Sure.
nobody was calling you a prostitute. Not
Or
for
a
the
sex
for this. Hang on, not for the idea that you want to be taken care of by a man. What
No,
was
he
asserted
did.
to you
Before I even
No,
he even knew I had
didn't. He didn't.
OnlyFans, he called me a sex worker. So
Yes, that's
So-
different though.
No,
That's
actually, I
why I'm going to
didn't.
untangle
yes, you did
this.
actually.
I did not call you a
That's
sex
why
worker.
I'm going to
You did.
untangle this for you.
I
You're
very
taking
much
two. Yeah, I know. Okay, when you're done, let me know, and then I'll untangle the concepts for you. Go ahead.
What? No, we're like,
Okay, great. You're done. So to untangle the concepts for you. Concept one: yes, if you're an OnlyFans worker, you're considered a prostitute. Yes, I would agree that is what was said. But when it came to the relationship, what was asserted to you was if it's only transactional, if the relationship is purely transactional, then it would be prostitution.
And I said multiple times it wasn't transactional.
Yeah, I know, which is why we weren't calling you a prostitute for that. We were just saying if it were purely transactional, that would be prostitution.
Really, because he said I was, they called me, he said earlier I had sugar daddies and da-da-da, which I said, no, I don't have sugar daddies. I'm looking for somebody to provide for
provider
me.
role.
Well, I wasn't here for that part of the
Exactly.
conversation.
So when he called me a sex worker earlier, before he even knew I had an OnlyFans or anything like that, then by what you guys are saying, I'm not. So thank you.
Yeah,
Other than
I
the
wasn't
OnlyFans,
here
I
for
guess.
that conversation then, because I didn't hear him
Well, I
mention
think it's
anything about
very-
sugar daddies to you while I was here anyway.
Okay. Well, I think it's funny that when we put it in a certain sense of like, in almost like a religious standpoint, all of a sudden it's okay. But when I was saying it earlier in a different standpoint, because I'm not the most religious person, now all of a sudden I'm a sex worker and I have sugar daddies and all this crazy stuff. So.
I didn't say anything about you having
didn't.
sugar
I didn't
daddies.
say you did. I said your friend
Yeah.
did.
No, what I'm saying is that if you have a
He's not here right
relationship
now.
with a man which is purely transactional, you're only getting resources in exchange for sex, I don't know what to call that except prostitution.
Yeah, and I said multiple times that it wasn't purely transactional.
Which is why I didn't call you a prostitution for that, or a prostitute for
But
that.
your friend did.
I actually didn't call you a prostitute. I
Call
asked
me a
you.
sex worker and you said I had sugar daddies earlier before you even knew I don't.
I didn't call you a sex worker. I asked you when we were talking about your whole relationship thing and you wanting to wait until a guy starts providing, et cetera, et cetera. I asked you something along the lines of, look, we've talked a lot. If I recall correctly, could be wrong. I asked you, isn't that prostitution? Or how is that not prostitution?
Yeah, and I said I'm not out
Right, but I
working
didn't
on a
call
corner.
you. If I recall correctly, I don't think
Or on a back page or anything
I
like
called
that.
you a prostitute. I asked, how is that not prostitution?
It's not prostitution. It's a standard.
But how?
How is it? How is if you feel like a man should
I think-
provide and I want to submit to my man, but I want to be taken care of and I want him to provide for
How
me.
is that prostitution?
How is that prostitution?
Hold
versus
on.
a caretaker.
But see, hold on. You're changing things up a little bit
No,
because
I'm not.
the original framing was.
'Cause I-
Hold on. The words.
I
That
understand
came,
I
hold
didn't
on,
say
let
the
me
word
finish it.
submit earlier, but
Hold
that
on.
doesn't mean that's not what I want to do. This is
Stop.
my man.
Just let me finish. Okay. So
And I did make it clear
you said
earlier that
something along the lines
it'd
of.
be very hard to get rid of somebody
Just
who's
listen.
doing
Just
everything for me.
listen. You said something along the lines of, I will not have sex with a man until he pays my bills. Something along those lines. I don't know if that's verbatim. The way that came out, I will not have sex with a man
No,
until he
that's
pays my
what
bills.
you
Ladies,
said to
is
me.
that
That's
about
what you said
she
to me.
Is that
No, that's what you said to me. I said I want to be taken care of. Like that's what I
pretty
said.
much
No,
the
no, no,
caretaker
no, no, no.
role.
I
That's
said,
what
yeah,
everyone
like I have
over here is
bills.
saying.
That's something to be taken care of. So,
Well, I
and
mean,
then you
look.
wanted, no, then you made it going back to your, you know, whatever it is that you're doing on this podcast, like trying to women who feel some type of way or who believe in what I believe in type of vibe.
What do you believe in?
Yeah, what do you believe in?
Oh my God. I already
Making
said
a
it 20
man.
times on this. I mean, in a relation, what are we talking about? Relationship, religion. I already talked about both of that. So
I don't know,
go back 20, 30 minutes, 2 hours, 3 hours. So if